Alrighty, hello and welcome back. Okay, so let's go ahead and get caught up with some of the stuff that's happened. So I've been running the game here for a little bit, and I finally got ahead of the curve on power. I have gotten some mythic drops, but I'll be honest, even boosting the percent chance of getting like better items or whatever, mythic drops are pretty slow. I did happen to get ultra lucky on one of the drops, and I've gotten a few other drops that are making it much easier now, but just know that your mileage may vary. Secondly, when things drop in the dungeon, they do drop pink bags for the mythic stuff, so in case you were wondering. But the speed is so fast now, it's hard to even catch it go by, just like legendaries are orange and rares are blue and so on. Okay, now let's quickly just review where my relics are currently. Health is now at 750, and it would take 5465 to go up one level. Now, you can see I have 761,000 essence. We've got gold at 865%. We've got magic at 600, level 600, which is plus 1800 MP. And we've got our magic attack, which is 2595% boost to magic. This is what's carrying us. I do have this at 350, but I don't know that that's as nearly as relevant as this, obviously. And this is how you're going to want to build. You need to have a high enough health to survive in case you get hit. But if you do this part right and this, you'll never have to worry about it. But here's the kicker. The gear is what's making the huge difference, because at some point you're going to want a 100% crit chance. Once you get that, which my first person always has a 100% chance to crit now, and the second one is like 80 or 90%, so they almost never get through these two. And if they do and they get to the third one, that'll take care of it. So almost never do we get past that, whereas before we were running this stuff and we were going all the way through, and then they were getting a cycle the enemy's side, and then we would come through and try to finish it off, and that was what was hurting us. But now I've gone all the way up to level 22601, and I just stopped it because I got what I wanted, which was, in this case, we now have 51. You need 51 at one time to trigger the final end game. I know I've said that this is the end game here, but there's actually a whole tier of final end game. So let's go ahead and jump into that, because that's going to unlock something completely different. Now, I do want to point out that building your team, something that I learned as I was doing this, before I got some of the items you're seeing here, which I'll go over in a minute, but you want to build your final guy here, like the one that's going to be the tank or whatever. I would build him until you get some of the nice mythic weapons and gear. You're going to want to build him into a tank and be able to, like, so as an example, I have damage reduction, 38% chance to evade, and then on top of that, I'm putting a 50% damage reduction and a plus, this just happens to have plus 40 HP regen, and that is in fact a mythic piece. So, just those two things make him almost unkillable with the group that we have. Now, let's take a quick look at here. Okay, so here's some of the stones. Now, this is an example of a stone that's not completely leveled. I wanted to show that off. So, right now it says level 3, but it actually goes to, I think it goes to level 5. Yeah, this one goes up to level 5. So, as an example, that's what that one looks like, and this is what a fully maxed out level 5 looks like. So what I did was, I'm running my thief in 1. You want greedy and pilfer at minimum, right? And then for the knight, you need to have noble and leader at the very least. And then, so you can see if I click here, you'll see he gets heaven strike, he can do smite, he can do pilfer, and then I click here, he will defend weak teammates, which you definitely want. He has the leader, which means you can't get ambushed or trapped, so that means all doors are always good. And then he also opens all treasure chests. So now instead of taking 2 slots, we have one person taking only 1 slot. Now, for ultra endgame, you're going to replace this dark mage, and you're going to put in another shifter, but you're going to learn 2 different skills. You're going to want the wizard and you're going to want the, I believe it's it's either the wizard and the shopkeeper or the wizard and the owner. I can't remember, but I'll cover that later because that'll probably be in the next video. But anyways, okay. So all that to say, build this guy as a tank. So if they do take damage while you're trying to get weapons, then he won't die. I was making the mistake of trying to boost gold with it and stuff, but then he would die and the run would immediately end. Like my tank guy would die, and then we would get ambushed, and that would basically end the run. So that's something to learn from this. All right, now let's go over my main killer. This is the weapon I've been waiting for, but a level 10 version would be ideal. I did not get that. I've only gotten one of these throughout the entire run of, I mean, billions of gold. So it's ridiculous. But look at this, 90% boost to magic attacks. This is a level 6, mind you. 20 MP regen per turn, which we never see because we never get to go past one turn. But here's the kicker: 40% magic crit chance and 75% magic crit damage. So not only is it making you crit, but it's giving you 75% bonus to the damage. And then you have all this stuff up here. So that's insane. I'm running the bunny here, the bunny shield, but you don't really, at this point where I'm at, I probably don't need this, but I'm still running it just to make sure that she can one-shot everything. And then on top of that, check this out. I know I showed this off before, but another 60% of magic crit chance and another 20% of magic crit damage. And then I just got this on one of my recent runs, 40% boost in magic attack and 40% magic crit damage, so more crit damage. So that makes her a beast. So she has 100% magic crit chance and 135% magic crit damage bonus on top of 2883 to all of her magic attacks. So she's a beast. Now you'll notice now I'm running the gold armor because I don't really need the magic boost anymore. But if you needed the magic boost stuff, you could still run this. I took it off just so that we could boost some of our gold gain. Now this is actually a close second. The rainbow brands are pretty good. 64% boost in magic attacks and 30% magic crit chance, as well as 50% magic crit damage. So if you don't have the staff, then you're going to go with the blades, unless you get a higher blade brand than you do the stick. Like if you have a level 1 of the stick of truth, then you might want to go with the blade, but you get the point. And then as far as the shields go, I'm just running the candy shells, the highest levels I have for gold, better chance for items, which we really want. The essence is irrelevant because we're already capped on that, but whatever. And these are just better than some of the other options that we have now, like this as an example. So, but yeah, it is a slightly better chance for items on this, but it's a lot. It's not a lot less. I guess you could run these. That would be fine too if you have the level 10 versions. Anyways, and then this is also pretty decent. It's decent in the sense that we're using it as a gold buff and a 58% chance for better items. And this is only a level 7. What is this? That's a level 7. I think that this is a level 10, so that's the max. 95% gold and 67% chance for better loot. So you can see, I mean, I've definitely gotten some weapons. Here's what this looks like. This is also quite good as well if you're trying to boost the magic attack, but with the other ones I'm just using it as a bonus for like gold and boost to item drops. And then we've gotten the level 10 version of this. We've got a level 10 version of this. Now eventually I'd have 5 of each and you wouldn't see any of the other tiers, but we'll get to that at some point. Clearly here's the level 10 nunchuck in case you want to see what that looks like. You got looks like the level 10 dream catcher. Don't have a level 10. It looks like I have a level 9 balloon blade, not balloon but balloon blade, which is kind of a weird way to say it, but it looks like a balloon. Anyways, crit chance and crit damage. That's not super special, I don't think, personally, but that's just me. And I think, did I already show the whips off? No. So here's my highest level dark whip. So that's, once again, something that you can see there. Yeah, that's pretty much that for weapons. Again, the armors, pretty lackluster on the armors. The fabulous armor is what I'm running. Oh, I've actually got a better version for him. That's funny. Fabulous armor is what I'm using just to shield him. So, yeah. These are okay, I guess, 10% damage reduction, but we're never going to see a turn, so the regen's useless. So as far as like armor is concerned, not too much yet. I don't remember if there's that many options there. Now, I did get some mirror shields, so if you want to reflect damage, you could do this if you were just trying to go for a full reflect build. We also have a level 10 X factor, which is this would be really amazing for like a thief, you know, just, well, it doesn't even have to be a thief build, but anybody that's attacking, that'd be a nice shield for that. And you've already seen the heart piece stuff, what that does. So that's pretty much the shield so far, and then the only other thing are the accessories, which I've already shown you basically. I did get this, Spiraled Steel 999 on the attack, but honestly, that's, by the time you get this, it's pretty much irrelevant, because I'm going to have so much attack. It's really, I mean, I guess, yeah, that is a almost double their attack, but that's not what we're using them for, so we're not really building them for attack. So anyways, that gives you an idea of how I'm building this out. I'm never spending gold, and I'm rarely even using my essence now. I'm just going out and trying to get caps so I could trigger this quest. So let's go ahead and trigger this quest and see what the ultra end game is. All right, now remember, we still have to technically buy, right? It won't even let me look at it. Okay, it won't even let me look at this now, but alright, well, whatever. I did want to show this off, because I don't think I ever showed this off, which is a shame. I forgot to show it off, so my bad. High damage to group. Okay. See, this is interesting, but it's definitely not the owner, so that means it has to be the shopkeeper here. Oh, that's probably what it's for right there. I didn't even realize that. That's cool. That's an amazing passive to have. So you'd have you'd learn the shopkeeper and the wizard on your second shifter and put them in here, and then you'd be, even if you got hit, you'd be immune to all status effects, and you'd be able to double warp. I can't look at his until I click him for this quest. So let's do this now, and then I'll look at his stats as well. But you have to have 50 of these on you. See, what happened was I came back and used 20 and then 10, and I thought that once I hit a total of 50 accumulated, this would trigger, but it did not. So you have to save 50, at least 50, and then come back, and he'll have this for you. So anyways, here we go. Exciting news. This guy has requested meeting with us. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, great. So he's going to reactivate the portal. Now, let's go ahead and just quickly look at his stuff. Eviscerate, debilitate. But here's the real thing. Precog. Warps you 2 times as far, and you just get a flat static 90% boost to magic attacks in addition. So yeah, you definitely want to have him on one and the what is he? The shopkeeper on the other. That's amazing. All right, this is what I was waiting for. I just couldn't remember what triggered it, but eventually I had to look it up because I didn't know what exactly I was supposed to do. Okay, your progress will not reset. Okay, let's take a look. What are we doing? Better not. I'd be mad if it reset now. Probably could just make his own caps. Yes, that's correct. $1.5 billion gold per cap. Oh, really? Some extra relics. Interesting. Okay, and now we see the Ultra endgame. So, if you want additional relics, you have to buy them, right? So we can get, look at how much this costs. Now, remember, each one of these is 1.5 billion. So we've got the Relic of the Rage Zerker, we've got the Owner's Relic, Shopkeepers, Wizards, Gladiators. We've got a Combat Crush, which is just as flat 1% boost of physical attacks per relic level for each party member. And then ultimately we've got the Relic of Shifter, which ideally we would like to have that, right? 1,000 caps. So 1,000 plus 10k plus 125 plus 250 plus 200 plus 500 plus 100. I don't know what that is, but I know it's a large number. So that's great and all, but we're not going to do that just yet. Now, I'll probably, the next time that I come back, the next video will be progressively further, and I'll show off what all this looks like. But obviously it's going to, that I'm going to tell you, that's probably 50 to 100 hours of grinding, assuming that you build your build out right. This needs to be in the neighborhood of 10,000, maybe at least 5,000, level 5,000. This needs to be at least 5,000. You need to get these at least 1,000 or so minimum. Like, both of those need to be at least maybe 2,000 or 3,000. So yeah, there's some work to definitely be done now. And if that wasn't enough, we've already put at least 100 hours on this game, right? So as I had mentioned, there is a lot more to this than most people could ever imagine. And then on top of that, we have to buy the wizard and all, but I can't show you because it's acting like I can't, I've got people in my party. So anyways, all that to say, what else? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. One thing to note is always push further in the dungeon as far as you can push in, because the further you get in, the more gold you get per kill, and the multiplier of how much essence you get per each level that you go up, you get more essence per kill. So that's why that's looking so ridiculous now, okay? That's one thing I wanted to say. Let's see. Oh, and the reason why I was able to start really ramping is because I could come in here, click this, and then increase by 100 levels. So now that we've triggered that quest, it shouldn't be a problem, and we can boost this if we want to, right? And we just go up by 100 levels automatically rather than holding the button down. I mean, look at this. It's 6578 of this just for one level now. And every time you level it up, it goes up higher and higher. So, yeah, that's something to note. You can really start ramping once you can get the caps. That's the key, though. And so to put this into perspective, now it's showing 22,601. Where I was the last time we talked, I started a run overnight at level 1 while I was improving my gear, right, the best that I could, and I got to level 8573. All right, I earned 5 caps and 192k essence, right? Then I let it run while I was at work, so that morning I got up and started a new run, started back at level 1, and that time it went to 11,783. I ended up earning 16 caps, and I got 368,000 essence. So, then I did another run. This was when I was thinking it was just a cumulative number of caps. So the run after that, I went from 11,783 to 15,704, the level of this dungeon, right? And I earned another 18 caps, putting me at 50 caps, but I had already spent a good, 20 or 30 of them at that point. So I learned real quick that did not count. However, that's the run that I got the Stick of Truth on and the Enigmatic Scroll. And then after that, I did 2 more runs, totaling about 3 hours and 45 minutes. I went from level 20,000. Level 15,704 to 20,000, and then I went from 15,000, I just backed it up, and I went all the way up to level 22,601, and now that's where I'm at currently. So, it's just forward progression, and it just takes time. So, it's inevitable that, at some point the enemies will outscale me, but right now I'm hitting for almost double what their health is. With the crits and all that other stuff, and I'm only going to get more and more powerful with the drops that we get here. So eventually, ideally, I'll have this staff on this and it'll be a level 10. I could potentially probably just change this now to this if I really wanted to, because he's almost never going to be hit. So more than likely these 3 are going to take it out. And like I said, you wouldn't really have your 4th Dark Mage. This is just to push your progression and get you some good loot. So all that to say, the shifter is really quite good, and there are still tons of classes that I need to learn on the shifter, which again, you just go out, you can multiply it by 4 if you put 4 of that class. Now the kicker is with like the owner and stuff like this, you can't do that. You only can get 1 of them, which means putting extra shifters in there doesn't change anything. So, you know, that one you're just going to have to suffer through. So the owner goes up to level 4, and it's 9,000 levels. So that's best to just set overnight. Shopkeeper, same way, 9,000 like level clears. The gladiator is also 9,000 level clears. However, the wizard goes up to level 5, and he's 15,000 levels. So again, you'd want to set it and forget it. But yeah, you can learn them, and I will, which means I'll show you at some point the progression I've made. For you, it'll just be the next episode, but for me, it could be weeks. So, anyways, yeah, that's good stuff. The end game is most definitely now all of what I've described at this point, and yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of, let's just to go back in here and show what it looks like. I don't know if he has another conversation or if he just shows me the relics. Let's find out. Okay, yeah. So you can just come back in and buy what you want at this point, you know. 1K. This one's 10K. That one's the most expensive one. Wow, that's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of farming, that's for sure. But you know, it kind of is what it is, so. But now we're over the what is it called? Like the hump, basically, I guess you could call it. So at this point, we can pretty much do what we want. Now, let's also look and see VIP-wise. Is there anything else? The T-Select, let's go ahead and buy that. I meant to show that off, and I forgot. I don't even have the Zerker, the Rage Zerker unlocked. But if you buy this for 1 cap, and now you go in, how do you do it? Oh, you go up here, I think it is? Yeah. And you can say, oh, I'm sorry, that's the customize of it. That's not what I was looking for. What did I just do? Weird. Where do I go for this? Oh, it's this. No, it's not that. Now, I know I've done this before, but I can't remember exactly where you go for it. I'll have to look into this. There's a way to set it so only certain guys will spawn, but I won't worry about it. But that's, oh, maybe it's maybe you do it under the toggle taps to customize your hiring pool. Tap select. I mean, I see them right there, but I don't see where you click. I know it's somewhere in here. Oh, this is where it is. Okay. So now you can just turn off. So you can say no, 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 no. We need this and we need the shifter, right? So now when we do this, it's shifters and mages, because that's all we're running now, you see? So that's just much easier to do. I knew there was somewhere that it was easy enough to change, but anyways, yeah, so that's that. That's pretty much everything that I've relearned since I've been playing this. Also, the counts in this, I'm pretty sure are wrong. There's no way they're keeping up properly, because I know I've earned way more than 1.5 billion gold, and I know I've spent way more than 1.5 billion gold, so this is nowhere near close to what it actually is, so this is basically irrelevant. But anyways, and what I'll do is, for the remainder of this episode, I'm just going to let you see what it looks like at level 22601 with the current setup that I have. You'll notice that most of the time, with the exception of just 2 enemies, they're not going to get past her. And if there's 2 enemies, these 2 will just do like the Necro Blast or whatever that thing's called. And just as an example too, this is what my guy looks like here. You get all the skills, and then you can flip and just click and see all the noble and all this other stuff, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, we're just going to end it off. I'm just going to let this run, since obviously I've learned not to try to talk over this. And in the next episode for you, you're going to see me way further ahead in the run, more than likely. But that's gonna be a long time for me. So I do hope you enjoyed. And if you find yourself liking the series, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, and if you're not subscribed, now would be an awesome time to do it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you in the next one. And I'll let this run for like a few minutes, and then yeah, I'll be out. Appreciate it.